signed in already please, to get updates from ClimateSmart, please feel free to do so, and I'll come and hand out some of these. We have LED light bulbs for you guys. So. This is Kate.
Hi.
Ziemba?
Yes, Ziemba. Hi. Thanks so much for having me here tonight to talk about San Jose Clean Energy. I'm part of the Community Energy Department at the City of San Jose. So San Jose Clean Energy is what's known as a Community Choice Energy Program. I'll go into that a little bit more later. But we're operated by the city's brand new Community Energy Department. We formed in 2017, and right now we have about 15 people, so we're very small. And at our height, we'll probably have about in the low 20s in terms of staff. And we were founded because council was interested in helping create a more sustainable future for all the reasons that Aaron just mentioned, and to also save customers money. A little bit about how community choice works. So if you think of how you get your electricity, there's really two parts. The generation part, or the source, where it comes from, what kind of energy sources, and then transmission and delivery. And so the only thing that's changing right now is this first part right here. So now the city has become the new default provider for the generation portion of your electricity service. But you have a choice. You can go back to PG&E. However, you will remain a PG&E customer because they remain the sole provider of delivery. So the transmission, distribution, they maintain all the power lines, and if there's an outage, you still call them. What we're doing is definitely not new. We're actually, there's 18 other programs statewide. The oldest one has been around since 2010, and when we launched this month, February, another community choice energy program in Southern California launched, and so collectively 1.2 million customer accounts were enrolled in February.
Which is the oldest?
The oldest is Marine Clean Energy, MCE, and I'll talk a little bit more about them later. They're a really good success story. I mean, all of these programs they're still around, they're still serving customers, saving millions of dollars and cutting greenhouse gas emissions drastically. This is a map of the 8 community choice energy programs that are in the Bay Area. So if you have friends or relatives in the East Bay or San Francisco or the Peninsula, it's likely that they're in a community choice energy program too. So how did we get here? It's a long story. It goes back to 2002. That was when the state passed a law allowing community choice energy programs to form. In 2010, the residents asked the city to form a community choice energy program to look into it. And that actually was also the same year that...
Sorry about that.
Okay, it's okay. So in 2010, that was the same year that Marine Clean Energy, MCE, also formed. So the city spent about 6 years studying whether or not to form a community choice energy program. It was actually the Environmental Services Department. And then they went out that year to community groups just like this and proposed the idea, got feedback. And then after study sessions with the council, many council meetings, council decided in May 2017 unanimously to form San Jose Clean Energy. And we launched service to municipal buildings only in September, and then this month we launched service to most residents and businesses in the city. So why are we doing this? And Aaron touched on it a lot. The short answer is climate change. We're already feeling the impacts, whether it's extreme weather events, wildfires, heat waves, drought. And clean energy is a key solution to that. So burning fossil fuels like natural gas and oil drives climate change, But renewable energy sources like solar, wind, hydroelectric, geothermal, they don't. And so a transition to incorporating more renewable energy in the power mix is one of the best things we can do to fight climate change. There are also health benefits of using clean energy too. So burning fossil fuels costs our country over $120 billion each year, according to the National Academy of Sciences. And with clean energy, you'll have fewer premature deaths due to lung illnesses, less smog, and less asthma. Some more benefits of forming a community choice energy program. So as we launch, we're able to offer a 1% discount compared to PG&E. And that may not seem like a lot, but it adds up to $2 million community-wide. It's also one of the most effective things you can do to reduce your carbon emissions, and that's why we're part of the Climate Smart San Jose plan. And then another important benefit is local control. So the City Council is our governing board, so they decide the power mix, they set the rates as well, and they do this all in a transparent fashion at City Council meetings, which are streamed online. You can attend, you can comment, you can tell, you have a voice with your council member. Another key point is that revenue stays in San Jose. So before, when you were paying your PG&E bill, they could use that revenue on projects or programs throughout their territory, which is very large. But now with San Jose Clean Energy, all of the revenue will be reinvested into our community. We're what's called an enterprise fund at the city, so we can only operate on the program dollars we receive. So if we have any surplus revenue, the council decides what to use that for, whether it's to lower rate, keep rates low, or on energy programs, which I'll talk about later. So there are local community benefits here. So a little bit about your new energy choices. So in February, everyone is automatically enrolled in GreenSource, which is San Jose Clean Energy's default service. A lot of people don't like automatic enrollment. That's part of the state law that's governing community choice. It requires that. So we can't change that.
Sorry, what state law is that?
It's Assembly Bill 117.
When was that bill passed?
2002. Yeah, after the last energy crisis. Yes.
That's 117, you said?
117. Yes. I can send a link to it if you'd like.
When was it passed?
2002?
2002.
So it just automatically says that you can just enroll just automatically.
It says when a local government decides to form a community choice program, all residents are automatically enrolled. But if you think about it, before we came on the scene with PG&E, that was your only choice. They were a monopoly. So we're now the new default choice, but you can always choose to go back to PG&E at any time. But with GreenSource, though, you're getting cleaner energy and cheaper rates. I mentioned before that our discount is 1%, which doesn't seem like a lot, but we do hope to grow that. Marin Clean Energy, which has been around since 2010, right now they offer a 5% discount relative to PG&E and double the amount of renewable energy in their power mix. Our renewable sources come from solar, wind, and geothermal, and we have carbon-free sources, which are hydroelectric. So this is your do-nothing scenario. What you get is cleaner energy, and you save a little bit of money. So people ask, how could you be both cleaner and cheaper? I don't get it. There are three main reasons. So renewable energy prices have decreased a lot in recent years. And so we're new entrants into the market, and we're taking advantage of those prices. So that's why we're able to offer more. Another thing is, as a government agency, we're not for profit. So we don't have to pay dividends to shareholders and make a profit. All of our program dollars all of our revenue stays in the program. and it goes back to our ratepayers. We're also more efficient. We have leaner staff, and we spend a smaller percentage of our revenue on operating expenses. We have 15 staff compared to 20,000 PG&E employees. So quite a big difference. You have another option with us, and that's Total Green. You can upgrade to this to get 100% renewable energy, but you do have to take an action. You can go online to upgrade, or you can call us. And your energy will be completely from solar, wind, and geothermal energy. And you'll help us expand clean energy generation in California and help us increase competition to keep rates low. It does cost a little bit more. It's 1 cent per kilowatt hour more, which for the average home is $5 more per month. But a lot of people, for example, they can't install solar panels or they don't want to have that cost. Or for me, for example, I live in a condo, so I can't install solar. So for them, it makes, they want to do their part for the planet. So Total Green is a really cost-effective way to do that. And we do have a bill calculator on our website where you can type in your usage and it'll estimate the extra cost for you.
Which website is that?
San Jose Clean Energy Dollar. So your third option is to opt out and go back to PG&E, and you can do this at any time. You can do that on our website and also by calling our customer service number, which is on all of our handouts that you can get in the back. However, your energy won't have as much, it won't be as clean, and it'll be a little bit more expensive. And here's the current energy mix. So as I mentioned, most residents and businesses are enrolled this month, but there are 2 groups who will be enrolled in a later phase, and that are residents who already have rooftop solar. Does anyone here have solar? Okay, so you'll be enrolled in 2020 is what we're expecting. But if you'd like to enroll early, you can do so by selecting Total Green. And we have a sheet back here that explains all about our net energy metering program. And small businesses will also be enrolled at a later phase. So we do honor all of PG&E's rates. For example, if you get a discount on your electricity bill because of your income, like CARE, FARA, or medical baseline, you'll still continue to get that discount. You don't have to do anything. And in fact, on top of that, you'll get San Jose Clean Energy's 1% discount. Or if you drive an EV and you're on a EV rate plan with PG&E, where it's cheaper for you to use energy at night when you charge your car, we have an EV rate plan that mirrors PG&E. The only difference is you'll get cleaner energy and an additional 1% discount. And really important, you're still eligible for any PG&E rebates or any kind of programs that PG&E offers. Oftentimes they're actually state programs and PG&E simply administers the program. So you're still eligible for all of that. So what will your bill look like? We are working with PG&E so that you receive one bill. So it'll be just as you had before. One bill coming from PG&E. You have automatic bill pay. That continues. The only new thing is a new line item with San Jose Clean Energy electricity generation charges. We also have a bill explainer sheet in the back as well. And since bills will start coming out this month, we're going to host a series of 10 to 15 bill clinics where if you have questions, you can come with your bill and we'll answer all your questions. And so we'll have a full list of those events and send it to the group. Customer service. PG&E is still sending you a bill. This electricity service has nothing to do with gas, so that continues for you. You can continue to call them. And then in a power outage, you call PG&E as well. But you can contact us with any questions related to the generation side of your bill. or if you have a customer service action like upgrading to Total Green or going back to PG&E. And we have our phone number and email right here. So we've been doing customer outreach to let people know that they're enrolled in our service. We're sending out 4 enrollment notices in total. 2 have gone out so far, and 2 more are coming. The 3rd notice was starting to be mailed this past Monday.
And is that mailed separately from your PG&E bill? Or
Yes, it's in the form of a large postcard that you get in the mail in 3 languages with terms and conditions on the back. We're also doing a lot of trilingual outreach. We're working with community-based organizations. We're doing a lot of presentations to community groups such as this, going to a lot of events, and doing a lot of marketing and advertising. You may have seen us on light rail or billboards or on social media or free news. And then a little bit about programs, which I mentioned earlier. Once we start to get a surplus revenue, council can decide, okay, do we want to keep rates low? Do we want to invest in programs, energy programs for our community, or both? And so other community choice energy programs have developed programs such as a Drive EV program from Sonoma Clean Power, where they give an additional rebate to people who want to buy or lease electric cars. Peninsula Clean Energy gave out grants for electrification, so anything that uses gas, a project or any appliances that use gas, switching out to appliances that are electric. And so this is something we can do as well. And when we are ready to develop programs, which will be the next year or 2, we'll come back out to the community, hear what you want. We also have a community advisory commission that you can let them know what kind of programs make sense for you and council. So that's kind of the beauty of community choice. Now you have a real voice on, where you want to see your rate dollars going towards. Any questions? Yes.
2 questions. The first one is this presentation available online? I know you probably saw it on the Nextdoor site. There were all these people asking all these questions. And I think this answers a lot of them, and I'm not sure if anyone has posted
Yes, it is online. We have
a link.
a resources page. Yes, and I can send that as well.
And then I have a second question, which is, this is just electricity, right? Because the gas is still through PG&E.
Exactly.
What other ways of heating homes are there other than gas furnaces? Are there in this area?
Well, you can get do hot water or heat pump hot water heaters. Are those also used for heating?
Yeah, there's both. I think there's both. There's there's heat pumps for water and heat pumps for house heating.
Oh, it heats the home as well?
Yeah.
But that's really, I had an apartment that had their radiators, had these coils in the ceiling. And I think it was actually kind of expensive because it was just using electricity instead of gas, and it took a long time to heat, but it was nice and warm when it did it, but it took longer to reach.
And it's the carbon footprint of all the steps in the manufacture and distribution and installation of those things. We wonder if it's going to be potentially
I guess we're not going there just now. We're not trying to replace gas except for gas stoves maybe.
Yes, in the future, years to the future, that's definitely a goal as we try to remove the amount of carbon we consume, especially when your energy mix has more and more clean and renewable energy. That's a great way to lower your carbon footprint.
What is the statistics on how many people are actually opting out?
So we actually have, it's very low, under 1%. But other community choice energy programs, it's about 3% usually. So many customers stick with it.
What's their concerns? Why would they opt out?
People opt out in San Jose.
Yeah.
The top concern is that they don't like being automatically
It's the
enrolled.
principle almost.
Yeah.
Versus logic.
Yeah. But I mean, you can come back anytime as well, so we hope to win them back when they see lower rates. Yay.
I want to say I really endorse what you're doing. I believe in clean energy and all efforts to try to further it. And also, I like the shift to local control. Although the PUC really still maintains overall control. I'd like to see a countervailing force here at the local level. I have two questions. First one is, it sounds to me like the city of San Jose, like Santa Clara, is going to take over the generating of electricity. And how are we going to meet the demand, the hundreds of thousands and millions of kilowatt hours that the city consumes annually? And so how are you going to meet these generation needs? And the second one is something called the power charge indifference adjustment. It's how you can be indifferent to your electric source. I can't really follow that, but and this is a PUC charge for disconnecting from the PG&E system, even though we're still connected to it. I don't quite follow what the PUC rules are that allow them to do it. And also, I've heard that there's some question as to the, I guess that's the third question. How much is the charge going to be to the city of San Jose? And are we going to have to eat that charge?
Okay, great questions.
Yeah.
I'll start with the first one.
Okay.
So City of Santa Clara actually has a different kind of program than what we're doing. So they take over generation, but also transmission and distribution. So they bought the power lines from PG&E and the infrastructure long ago, and that's why they're able to offer a lot lower rates. So what we're doing with the generation is entering in, right now, a lot of short-term contracts with existing generators of renewable energy. And but the long-term goal is to actually, and the cheapest way to get energy is to actually construct development. So exactly. So we will eventually be putting solar panels in the ground, wind turbines in the ground, and that could happen very soon.
Solar panels on the ground.
Like constructing large solar parks.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
But with the cost of land in this area, where would you put the solar, where is the free land to put the solar panels?
Yeah, so that's a great question. We have a map over there that shows the different parts of California where they have development. For Marine Clean Energy, they really wanted local development here. With the high cost of land, that could be difficult. But many projects are happening in the Central Valley.
We can hang them on the sides of the light rail track. I'm sorry,
I
high-speed rail
thought
track.
like in all the big buildings you have solar on top, but that's probably not enough to do as much as,
Yes.
but it helps.
It's far cheaper to build a solar farm than to utilize a rooftop solar program. And then your second question about the power charging difference adjustment. So when you pay us, let me go to a slide. So we get this question a lot.